you know, I think that it's important to get funds to our community, but I also think it's important for us to understand that we have to do a better job of training our police officers so that they're there to defend us, but also not to judge us based on the color of our skin. This is something that I think we definitely, as a community, and I've seen some of the faith-based pastors come together to try to work on this. So the funding, I'm not going to criticize giving funding to our community, but I will tell you, you started with economic disadvantages. I'm somebody who started a small business. I actually turned that story that I was telling you about not learning English, I turned it into a positive. I make lemons out of lemonade. I make lemonade out of lemons, excuse me. And we are a small business community. And as a small business owner, I know how hard it is to meet a payroll. I've been turned down for a loan. I've been looked at as, you know, because I'm a woman or a Hispanic as someone that they thought shouldn't be walking into the bank. So I think in our communities we have definitely a pathway to prison and not a pathway to a better future. And it all starts, first of all, with education. And second of all, also with working together with faith-based communities and the police officers, because we do have a problem. We do definitely have racial profiling going on in our communities, and we shouldn't. I don't know if I answered your question, but I tried.
You know, this is precisely the problem with Mr. Cronulla, right? His answer to this is to say one thing here, or do something here, and then do something completely different. When there were a series of gun violence rallies here, he showed up to all of them. You know, sat there, listened, but he won't vote for any gun control, and he just announced a piece of legislation which mirrors what's going on in the Senate, which he knows is going absolutely nowhere. He's going to try to stop it. Hopefully it'll go forward, because the guy he says is a great guy, Speaker Ryan, has said it will go nowhere. Hopefully it'll pass. And the idea of getting, what we need here is summer jobs for our kids when they get out of school. What we need is investments like what Commissioner Moss just got with the swimming pool in Perrine and other projects like that, because we pay into the system. We're part of that, and way too often South Dade is sort of forgotten in the greater debate that's going on. And every day more and more of our community moves out here precisely because we're looking for affordable property, we're looking for investment, but what we find is that the government is not investing in us. And finally, I'm a big believer that one of the things that government has not done in the past decade is infrastructure investment. When you create bridges, roads, highways, airports, those are jobs for everyone. Not only engineers and doctors, but workers, administrative staff, and that's what's happened to our economy. We've cut a huge chunk of government because we've gotten into this concept that an economy works like a checkbook. It doesn't. Government doesn't work that way. What government does is make long-term infrastructure investments which bring long-term economic benefits to the community. And what we have today is a government that every day finds ways to punish and charge you fees. If you live in this community and you have a job on Miami Beach, that costs you $8 in and out each day just on your highway tolls. Not to mention electricity, car, when all this stuff, this all used to be paid for by the federal government or grants to states, which made your ability to work more efficient.
Thank you.